Hi, I'm Marcy Ibarra.
And I'm Matt Epperson. We are faculty members at SSA, and we'd like to share some thoughts with our graduating students. Today's hooding ceremony is about celebrating each of you as you graduate from SSA. Your families and friends join us in recognizing your hard work and accomplishments. Today, you also make the transition from student life to the profession of social work, and we welcome you. You are social workers now. And if there was ever a time to reimagine how the social work profession could strive towards its stated values, it is now. In the United States and across the globe, a particularly intense light is being shown on racial injustice, and a broad collective of voices are calling for systemic change. But these struggles are not new. The history of racism and anti-Blackness is long and has endured not just in the United States, but globally and for countless generations. Its current manifestations are devastating. The recent killings of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Tony McDade, George Floyd, and others demonstrate complete disregard for the value of Black people and Black lives. But racial injustice is more than the result of individual action. It is deeply ingrained within society, reflecting systems that come together in a perfect storm with fatal consequences. Some of you became aware of this history in the classroom, while others have known it more deeply and intimately because you, your family, and communities have experienced the effects of racism and anti-Blackness for generations. As social workers, what will be our response?
James Baldwin once said, "I love America more than any other country in this world." And exactly for this reason, I insist on the right to criticize her perpetually. We feel similarly about the social work profession, a value-based profession founded to work against oppression. Social work has been instrumental in moving the needle on injustices, from our founding work in cities to our work in policy, clinical services, and socioeconomic justice. At the same time, social work has also been exclusionary. The profession was founded primarily by well-to-do white women who supported helping individuals and families, including immigrants and the poor. However, the telling of social work's origins often exclude histories of self-help within Black communities, which developed alongside the settlement house movement because Black professionals and communities were barred from providing and receiving these services. We've come far as a profession. As social workers, we know we must be bound to support racial justice. Yet even today, we can see echoes of our past failures on racial justice, such as the racial composition of nonprofit leaders. Of the 315 largest nonprofits in the US, only 10% are led by someone of color. We can and must do better.
In a time when so much of the world collectively demands racial justice, it is past time to call in our profession to interrogate the historic and contemporary role social work has played in systems of racial oppression. And then we must act to dismantle these systems of oppression in our collective anti-racist work. We must own our professional responsibility and duty to fight for racial justice across all levels of social work practice.
As newly minted social workers, you're the future of our profession. Your imagination and work have the potential to change the field of social work and to play a key role in achieving racial justice. We look forward to continuing to learn from you and with you. We're so proud of you and you inspire us.
Congratulations on your graduation. And we wish you all the very best.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Deborah Gorman-Smith, Dean of the School of Social Service Administration, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you all virtually to the 2020 hooding ceremony. Let me say immediately, and we will say it often today, congratulations for all that you have accomplished. No virtual event can begin to capture the sense of excitement, elation, and pride felt at a live hooding ceremony in Rockefeller Memorial Chapel. But while this is not an in-person event, we want to celebrate your extraordinary accomplishments and achievements. Many of you have had to balance coursework with difficult and sudden family responsibilities. You have shown great resilience, heart, and commitment, all core attributes of the profession you have chosen, and you will forever be known as members of a special history-making class. You can take great pride in that. I want to thank my faculty colleagues for mentoring, challenging, and inspiring our students, and for all the innovative ways they advance the school's mission and values through research, teaching, and action, especially during this unprecedented spring quarter. Thanks also to the committed and talented staff who throughout the year make sure the school runs smoothly. Words cannot adequately convey how important their work is to SSA. Finally, I want to salute the parents, families, and friends of the graduates. Many of you have faced great hardship and extra responsibilities during this pandemic. Throughout, you have continued to provide encouragement and support to our graduates. You deserve our deepest thanks. We celebrate 1908 as the birth of SSA. At that time, before being part of the university, SSA was known as the Chicago School of Civics and Philanthropy. It would not become part of the university until 1920, 100 years ago. But from the start, the school's founders had a unique vision. This school would not just provide practical training for caseworkers or provide charity or relief services. Instead, unlike other schools of social work, SSA's leaders were committed to conducting first-rate research and believed this research should be the basis of an education in social work and social welfare. They also insisted that work should connect to and reflect the major social issues of the time. They wanted a training program that was rigorous, and they wanted their students to have an impact on society. The vision was bold. It was a grand experiment, and it happened during years of great change, tumult, and pain. It was led by women who had not yet won the right to vote. The 1918 flu pandemic had infected 1/3 of the world, 500 million. And in Chicago, 40,000 were stricken and 10,000 had died by the end of 1918. The nation was at war and soldiers were fighting and dying. In the midst of those precarious circumstances, SSA got its start and launched the Chicago tradition of social work education. The past few months have shown us unrelentingly that the future is uncertain and our ability to adapt will be constantly tested. In the best of times, our world presents extreme social challenges that require nuanced and imaginative thinking. This is what you have been training for. You are the policymakers, frontline workers, teachers, and advocates who will innovate and drive social change, inclusion, and action. Think about SSA's founders. They imagined a better world and reimagined the profession. They got shut down and they had to deal with naysayers. They were confronting a war and a pandemic, but they created a school, redefined this education, training, and research of social work, and impacted the lives of children, families, and communities across this country. So be open-minded and be prepared to use your talents and patience to find solutions. Be active, think boldly, use your agency, and engage. I'm reminded every day how hard this work is. Throughout these difficult times, you have shown uncommon thoughtfulness, commitment, and compassion. You've inspired others and pushed yourself to work, innovate, and support each other in new ways. We now face an extraordinary moment in our history that underscores how SSA is needed more than ever. This school always has been about reducing disparities, giving voice to the forgotten, and uplifting the most vulnerable. Our global pandemic is an event with social consequences that we can only begin to imagine. This is your moment. Your training and work could not be more relevant and important, and you are ready to take on this challenge. Although we are physically far apart right now, in my mind's eye, I can see you, and I am extremely optimistic and uplifted. Enjoy this day. I wish you health, happiness, and great success, and I look forward to the day when we can gather together in person to celebrate your accomplishments. Now I'd like to invite Brianna Payton, class of 2020, to share congratulatory remarks with all of us today. First, a word about Brianna. Brianna Payton is graduating with a social administration concentration and is part of the inaugural cohort of the Transforming Justice program of study. Brianna completed her fieldwork at the Federal Defender Program, where she advocated for improved sentencing outcomes for clients facing federal legal cases. In addition to class and fieldwork, Brianna has co-led SSA's Black Students Association as well as Justice Works, a group that engages SSA students at the intersection of criminal justice and social work. Last year, Brianna was selected as one of our Wilma Walker honorees, an award given to first-year students for outstanding work and promise of future achievements in social work. After graduation, Brianna plans to stay in Chicago doing criminal justice policy advocacy and looks forward to staying connected to the wonderful community that she has enjoyed during her time at SSA.
To the SSA graduating class of 2020. You've probably heard it said that nobody could have predicted that we'd be experiencing this moment quite like this. And while it's true that this moment is unpredictable in obvious ways, I want to point our attention to some other unpredictable things about the moment that we're standing in right now. Before we came to SSA, we probably didn't predict that we'd be joining such a vibrant learning community with such an unwavering commitment to social justice. We probably didn't predict that our classes would challenge us to really think in new ways and become more effective advocates for social change. We might not have predicted that we'd have the privilege to serve such amazing clients and communities and show up for them in ways that we didn't even know we could. Or that we'd receive such amazing mentorship and support from our brilliant and caring faculty, administrators, staff, and alumni. We probably didn't predict that we'd make such deep friendships with our classmates in such a short period of time, and that our connections would stay with us long after this chapter closes. But also, we probably didn't predict all of the obstacles that we face in our journey getting to this point. During this program, some of us have lost loved ones, faced daunting mental health challenges, and among other things, endured a global pandemic. But we made it. Our resilience in getting to this point cannot be overstated. So this moment that we're in is unpredictable and challenging, but also in beautiful ways. In all of its complexity, this moment belongs to us. We have earned it, we deserve it, and it cannot be taken from us. And what's really great is this moment is only the beginning. I am so proud of everything that our class has already accomplished, and I am beyond excited to see what lies ahead in our futures. So class of 2020, do me a favor and take this moment to turn up, because it is time for us to graduate. Thank you.
Thank you, Brianna, for those celebratory words. Now, I'd like to invite SSA's Dean of Students, Diversity and Inclusion, Sarah Furr, up to share celebratory remarks and begin reading graduating student names.
Thank you, Deb. I know this isn't how any of us wanted to celebrate your accomplishments this weekend. I know spending your last quarter of graduate school working and learning remotely is not how you imagined wrapping up your educational experience. It's not what we imagined either. And while we don't know and possibly can't imagine what the future looks like, it's during these times that we can come back to ourselves, our values, our purpose. Use this time to reflect on what brought you to SSA. What kept you here? What challenged you? What changed you? You've undoubtedly made relationships that will last a lifetime. Relationships with peers, faculty, and staff. These are the folks who asked you tough questions, or they held space for you during tough times. These are the folks you'll lean on when you're working in the field you've trained in. You'll be colleagues, co-researchers, and co-conspirators. I hope you'll call on each other when you're tackling some of our greatest social ills, because you've learned that in community, we get innovative, we empower others and ourselves, and we get better. I hope you use this time to get deeper into your purpose. It's true, we cannot recreate this exact moment in time, but we can make it worthwhile. There is a reason you, me, and we were all here together at this exact time. It's no accident that we shared time, place, and space together in the same learning community. I have personally struggled to find reason, rationale for our current pandemic, but I know that in community, I am uplifted. Every public safety measure followed is a commitment to our community. It's a commitment to those who are at higher risk. It's a real-life example of how we can center those most marginalized in our everyday practice. Finally, I hope you embrace the confidence and self-assurance that you're ready. You're the leaders of our present and our future. You're change makers. You're prepared. You're more than prepared. And you have the entire SSA community behind you, ahead of you, and around you. You're not in this work alone, and you'll never be in it alone. As you lend a hand and a shoulder, know there are hands and shoulders ready for you. That's what it means to be a graduate from SSA and the University of Chicago. It means you never have to go through it alone, whatever the it may be. And with that, we have some congratulatory remarks from the faculty.
To our wonderful class of 2020 graduates, we know you have been working so hard, enduring so much, trying to survive, take care of yourselves, and thrive in the middle of everything that you're dealing with. But none of that should take away from the importance of this graduation for you and just what a profound thing it is you have done. In these times, which feel so uncertain, you've done the only thing that makes any sense, which is become social workers. So welcome. We are so proud of you. I'm so happy to have been a part in any way of your journey and support you along the way. And most of all, I'm excited for this next chapter of our lives together as colleagues. So from my family to yours, I'm going to give you the biggest applause and excitement. Imagine this, close your eyes, filling all of Rockefeller Chapel.
Congratulations, graduates. We are so proud of you. May you move forward with confidence, with a little impatience, and with a lot of compassion. My biggest hope is that you find work that you really care about, that you stay present in your work, and that you do it well. The world needs you. Don't be strangers to SSA. We want to hear from you, hear about all the great things you're doing, and once again, congratulations.
Congratulations, SSA graduates. Thank you for your commitment to becoming a social worker. Thank you for your righteous indignation in confronting injustices, for your passion in seeking justice and human rights. I've loved getting to know many of you and hope that we can remain in close touch. Though we cannot physically celebrate your achievements together, it's a joy to celebrate you. And no exaggeration to say that you are needed today more than ever before.
Watch me as I graduate, as I move on in my life. It's really great, it's just what I've waited for. Now it's time to graduate.
Congratulations, SSA graduates. I especially want to give a shout out to the Transforming Justice Program of Study students. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I wish all of you the very best in your social work careers.
Congratulations, graduates, and a special shout out to my cohort 3, mushrooms, though we all are. I am so proud of all that you have all accomplished. I miss not being with you today to hood you, to get to meet your families, and to give you a personal hug. To all of you graduating, this pandemic only reinforces the importance of choosing a career in a field whose mission is to provide healing, to be in service, and enable health and thriving of some of America's most affected populations. Know that you are getting a degree that matters to go out in the world and do things that matter. So until that time that we can be together and celebrate fully, I'm still with all of you, cheering you on today and always. Congratulations.
Dear class of 2020, congratulations on your graduation. You are amazing. I am impressed and in awe of you. It has been truly a joy and a privilege to get to know you, to talk with you, and to uplift you during your time at SSA. I am excited about the next parts of your journeys. You bring passion and zeal, kindness and compassion, knowledge and wisdom, and both the visions and tools of social justice to the world. May you always do what's meaningful to you, and may you know that we at SSA are ever cheering you on in all of your endeavors. Congratulations again, keep in touch, and many wishes of celebration.
Congratulations, SSA graduates. You've already done many amazing things, and there's so much more in store. Our society is deeply, deeply lucky to have you.
Congratulations to the SSA class of 2020. I happily join with others who celebrate your graduation. Your passion for helping others brought you to SSA, sustained you despite the bumps and bruises you encountered along the way, and your diligence prevailed when the path forward appeared insurmountable. Know that that same passion and diligence will lead you forward despite the challenges and uncertainty. You are prepared for this moment. Seize the opportunity.
Congratulations to the University of Chicago School of Social Service Administration graduating class of 2020. While this is not how we hoped to see you off and mark this transition in your professional career, it's an incredible honor to be with you in whatever capacity we have in this moment, to honor the work that you've done, the accomplishments of the last 2 years, and the fact that you've earned your master's in social work and are moving into a profession that is ready for you. We don't know what this moment holds for any of us, but what we do know is the future of the profession is strong because it's in your hands. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. May you move with courage, integrity, and compassion in all you do. So thrilled and proud to celebrate you, not just today, but for many, many years to come when we get to say, those were our students, and eager to see you share your gifts with the world.
Congratulations, graduates. The world needs your talents now more than ever. I'm proud of all that you've accomplished and of all the good that you're unleashing upon the world.
Graduating class of 2020, I wish we could be together in person to celebrate all that you've accomplished. My heart rejoices when I think of all of the hearts that you will tenderly hold so that they can mend themselves. When I think of all of the injustice that you will bend towards justice. It's been a privilege and an honor to bear witness to you on your journeys here. We may not be together in body, but our spirits are joined in celebrating you today and you tomorrow and all the days to come. Congratulations, congratulations.
And now we begin reading the names of our master's students graduates. Lauren Abrams, Abir Saad Al-Hussein, Tahani Mohammed Al-Adal, Whitney V. Allen, Michelle Almanza, Sylvie Armour Armas, Suzanne Marie Baber, Abigail Anna Backer, Rebecca Emily Bacon Ellers, Andrea Banda, Nikki Pildis Bank, Hannah Charlotte Barner, Lauren Brooke Barnhart, Agatha Burnett, Andrea Marie Burima, Laurel Bornman, Katrin Kaler Boberg, Brian Timothy Broccolo, Jonathan Brody, Erica Danielle Brown, Anthony Kiefer Brown, Alyssa Tierra Broxton, Colleen Ann Caniff, Ryan Carr, Anna Caroline Carvalho, Katie Catalano, Xiaoden Chen, Laurel Catherine Chen, Cesnia Chernova, Rebecca Chico, Joyce Tingyun Chung, Clark Hazel, Clara Bowles Clark, Luke Christopher Cloissy, Delaney Elizabeth Coe, Bess Cohen, Rachel Marie Cooper, Tatiana Cindy Cortez, Tessa Jane Courtney, Liza Rebecca Daroff, Camille Debrazeni, Sarah Del Monte, Dale J. Ditto, Jessica Donata, Emily Ellis, Gabrielle Rose Engelman, Laura Espinoza Bowers, Clea Danielle Fernandez, Ariana Flores, Rachel Eliana Fraud, Grant Anthony Braid III, Gabrielle Rose Frasca, Erica Friedland, Lee Francis Fuller, Richard E. Gaither, Elizabeth Ruby Gilbert, Tali Sarah Glazer, Charlotte Naruye Oye Goff, Miriam Beth Goldfarb, Lucia Fernanda Gonzalez, Natalia Gonzalez, Carolyn Nicole Goodman, Kristen Gore, Nicole Griel, Stephanie Sharon Elaine Green, Sarah Hamden, Lily Carlisle Hamilton, Kaylin Bakari Hawkins, Gwendolyn Rose Hickey, Alize Berchette Hill, Leanne Joan Hawley, Caitlin Renee Howell, Carly June Hudson, Indira Imantayeva, Antonio Jackson Lucas, Jess M. Jankowski, Ashley Ariel Jean-Baptiste, Susan Johnson, Caitlin Remy Joyner, Carly Rose Jones, Janae Elizabeth Nichelle Jones, Kiara Jones, Amani Jackie Joseph, Kathleen G. Katsikis, Matthew Katz, Megan Kathleen K, Amber Devon Kelly, Sophie Keem, Jay Kim, Karina Kim, Suun Tiffany Kim, Erica Louise Bischoff Kinchelo, Jamie Koenig. Allison Deirdre Kolar. Alicia Kusik Brownstein. Now, please welcome Kristen Reed Solomon, Assistant Dean of Students at SSA, to continue with reading the names.
Thank you, Sarah. Next up, we have Wonjun Lee, Jennifer Donha Lee, Elspeth Morgan Lehman, Kara Justine Wharton Lesson, Jimena Leite Escalante, Jinjin Lee, Shining Lee, John H. Lionberger, Kathleen Longos, Stephanie Lopez, Corey Liu, Allison Maxstein, Marley Mandalero, Jennifer McAllister, Autumn Cass McCormick, Debbie Mary McGee, Mario Maximilian McHarris, Yuzhang Mei, Benjamin Mendoza II, Sumaya Mink, Alejandra Merlos, Rachel Ann Mintz, Kira Bensman Monin, Johan Moon, Natalia Moreno, Gabriela Araceli Munoz, Carly Michael Murray, Christopher Jacob Myers, Jennifer Nicole Naggett, Aisha Nassim, Jessica Nyam, Joshua Alswang, Lee Lovett Owen, Daphne Paglia, Eric Pantoja, Matthew Bradford Parsons, Stephanie Elizabeth Parsons, Brianna Angelique Payton, Richard Peng, Samantha Perry, Sophia Rose Peterson, Lauren Andreen Peterson, Noelle Marie Petrowski, Caitlin Phillips, Alexandra Piper, Ellen Plonsky, Denise Ponce Gavarete, Megan Mary Rawls, Kenna Renee Rierick, Marco Jolly Renzi, Cassidy Clee Reeves Song, Camilla Richmond, Renee Rodolfi, Anna Margaret Rimlinger, Fiola Riza, Caroline Allison Roa, Giselle Rodriguez Jacobo, Brian Rosenberg, Anne Ruel, Hibiki Sakai, Glarian Sanchez Blancas, Emily Sanini, Audrey V. Shield, Susie Shanerock, Avery Scott, Hannah Ellen Maria Gazelius Seligman, Marilyn Sethi, Rita Shazad, Marie E. Shebeck, Taylor Sheridan, Sidra Siddiqui, Claire Winifred Smith, Margaret Siobhan Smith, Nicole Louise Smith, Harold Song, Lauren Solars, Tamika Songster, Vanessa Dene St. Louis, Whitney Ray Stallings, Sophia Irene Starks, Sarah Steinbeck, Samantha Rose Steinmetz, Minda Nara Streamer, Won Kyung Sung, Oyen Damola Sumonu, Michelle Tuk Tran, Addie Tui, Sylvia Turney, Preeti Vinagari Varma, Isabella Villa Behaman, Rebecca Wagner, Catherine Marie Walker, Yanwen Wen, Jamie Warren, Jordan Lee Weldon, Marika Ellen Winan, Socorro Christian Williams, Imani Wilson, Julia Wilson, Holly Lillian Wolson, Chin Cheng, Caroline Grace Zadina, Mia Elizabeth Zera, Wei Chung Chow, Allison Zindel. Please join me in congratulating the SSA Master's Class of 2020. I'd now like to welcome back Dean Gorman-Smith for the naming and hooding of the PhD graduates.
It is now my great honor to announce the names of students who have earned the Doctor of Philosophy degree at SSA. These students have trained for and made significant contributions in the field of social work, and we are proud to honor them today. Kelly Clark, dissertation title, Post-Secondary Pathways in Chicago Public Schools. Jane Harith, Disrupting Criminal Legal System Involvement Among Young Transgender Women, a mixed method study examining the roles of gender-based violence, discrimination, and social support. Yuan Lin, The Effects of Organizational Factors on an Integrated Service Intervention and Outcomes for Substance-Involved Parents in the Child Welfare System. Michael Park, Moving Beyond the Racial Triangulation, an empirical study of the racialization experience of Asian American youth and its influence on developmental outcomes. Sophia Sarantakos, Progressive Prosecution, an analysis of decision-making processes in deferred prosecution programs. Beaky Smith, The Importance of Place, an examination of area disadvantage and outpatient addiction treatment services access within the context of healthcare reform in the U.S. Yudong Zeng, Young Low-Income Mothers' Involvement with Doula Home Visiting Services. Please join me in congratulating our PhD class of 2020. If we were together in person, this is the point in the ceremony where I would ask all the graduates to stand, turn, and face their guests to be applauded for your accomplishments. And then I would ask the graduates to join me in applauding the family and friends who have provided support, love, and encouragement to get you to this moment. I ask that each of you do that. Take a moment to acknowledge, thank, and hug the people who are with you today. I so wish that we could be in person, and I look forward to the day when we can celebrate together. When I first welcomed all of you to SSA, I talked about the different backgrounds and sets of experiences you brought to SSA. But regardless of those differences, you came here with common values and ambitions. We all came here wanting to engage and learn in a culture that uses knowledge and critical thinking to examine issues, find answers, and do something to shape the world as we wish it to be. Let's use this moment not to spend our time figuring out how to get back to normal, but to use this opportunity to work to create a new normal, one closer to the world we wish it to be. For those of you joining us live, we stand ready to toast you. For those of you viewing and celebrating later, again, our warmest wishes and hearty congratulations. Thank you.